Washington Journal continues.
Joining us from Indianapolis is Shannon Watts. She is the founder of Moms Demand Action for Gun Sense in America. Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us about your group and how it was founded.
I started the organization the day after the shootings in Sandy Hook on December 15th, 2012. I had been a stay-at-home mom for about 5 years and had 5 children, but had a career before that. And wasn't really sure what I could do from my house in the middle of Indiana. And I decided to start a Facebook page. And what started off as an online discussion about gun violence reform very quickly turned into an offline movement, very similar to Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Here we are 19 months later. We have a chapter in every single state of the country. We have hundreds of thousands of volunteers, and we have 2 million supporters. And we are very quickly becoming the force at the state level that can go toe-to-toe with the gun lobby.
As far as how you specifically do that, how do you work?
Well, we have, again, a chapter in every state of the country. We have a chapter leader, a mom, and then we have a whole group of supporters around her. And each state works on whatever issues are particular to what's going on in their state house. So, for example, in Texas, we're working on open carry. In the Carolinas, we're working on trying to keep guns out of bars and other places that serve alcohol. And here in Indiana, we're trying to keep guns out of schools. So it really depends on what's going on in that individual state. But we're also working at a federal level. We have a commitment to get at least 1 million Americans before the midterm elections to pledge to vote with what we call Gun Sense. And then we're also working to get corporations, American businesses involved in this issue, and to take a stand by putting in place a gun policy.
When you say Gun Sense, what kind of things are you looking for ultimately when it comes to guns?
The most important thing to us is getting background checks in place at a federal level. You know, right now in this country, more than 40% of all guns are sold without any kind of background check whatsoever. Many people don't realize that. That's more than 6 million guns every year. And so that means that these guns are getting in the hands of criminals and other dangerous people like domestic abusers, which is resulting in this gun violence epidemic we have in this country. And so that is really our main focus and priority. Certainly there are other things that we want to accomplish, like getting companies to put gun policies in place, like getting states to pass laws that will ensure that domestic abusers don't have access to guns. So there are a variety of things we're working on, but right now our focus is getting background checks passed at a federal level.
What's your group's relationship to Michael Bloomberg and his group Everytown?
About a year after we started, exactly a year after we started, we merged with what is now called Everytown for Gun Safety, and that is an organization funded by the Bloomberg Foundation. And so now, just like Mayors Against Illegal Guns, we are under the umbrella of Everytown for Gun Safety.
And as far as Mr. Bloomberg and his group, do they fund you directly?
They do. We are funded by Mayor Bloomberg's foundation. You know, we subsisted on online donations for about a year, but in order to really do what we want, which is to go toe-to-toe with the gun lobby at the federal and state level, we need as much resources as we possibly can get, and thanks to Mayor Bloomberg, we now have that.
As far as there's a story that was associated with your group, it dealt with Target stores. Tell the story, tell what happened.